late first round here. The NFL draft continues in New York. The pick, we understand, has gone up to the podium. Let's get Gene Washington and see if this is the place for Leland McElroy.
With the 25th selection in the first round, the Baltimore Ravens have selected Ray Lewis, linebacker, University of Miami. Next on the clock, Green Bay.
Well, what Sal said is true in the linebacker department for what was the Cleveland Browns. I mean, they have Methuselah, the linebacker, there in most of those positions, so we understand. We also feel for Leland there. Although you got to understand, a late first, early second year, an important pick to the football team. I'm not really trying to just stoke him up here. I'm just trying to say that not everybody can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and he'll have a chance on the field. But what we were talking about with the Ravens linebackers, I mean, Pepper has been there a long time. They had Banks there last year, remember, who's been there since they invented the National Football League. So there's no question that this is a position of need for Baltimore.
I mean, Sal put it, I think, as well as he could. Teddy was not going to come out of this draft without a linebacker. This is definitely an area of need. There's no question that this pick is going to help the Baltimore Ravens. And Leland McElroy, the thing that he has to not worry about is he is going to go someplace where somebody expects him to play football. So I know it's taken a little while. I sat around for 4 rounds. I don't think he's going to be around that long. He'll wind up going someplace where he can help a football team. Right now, teams are filling needs, and they're running out of people that can fill those holes for them. Mel, I think that this is a very, very good pick for Baltimore.
I think it is. I think when you look at Ted Marchibroda, after getting Ogden, which I'm sure surprised Ted, he had to come out of this draft with a running back or a linebacker, and the linebacking core was Marvin Lewis. I know Marvin was probably in there saying, hey, you got to get me a linebacker.
Absolutely.
We're a 3-4 team. We want that kind of flexibility. All they have coming back is Craig Powell off an injury. They have Pepper Johnson, who is reported to be overweight right now. On the other side, they need somebody, and they also need somebody on the inside. Ray Lewis gives them the ability to play inside or outside in a 3-4 defense. I'm surprised Miami didn't go that route. And also, for Leland's sake, you mentioned it, Joe, Ricky Waters was a 2. Thurman Thomas sat here very disappointed with the second-round pick. Rodney Hampton went right about this spot. So there's nothing to be discouraged about. Some great running backs did not go in the early portion of round 1.
Now, you and I haven't had a disagreement in almost 2 hours, but I'm about to disagree with you again. I don't necessarily think that Marvin Lewis is going to wind up in a 3-4 defense with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't think they can afford to. They've got too many down linemen to waste only just 3 on the field. I think he will convert and come up with some type of a way to incorporate a 4-3 style defense with all those people that they have in Baltimore. I can't see it being an exclusive 3-4 like we saw in Pittsburgh.
Let's get up to Chris Fowler and Mike Gottfried and get them into the discussion on both Ray Lewis and Baltimore and also Leland McElroy. What's going on and where could he go? Chris?
Well, Chris, first of all, Ray Lewis, really a compelling human story. For every other guy we've seen drafted today, it really is a joyous day. It's the culmination of a lot of hard work. It really is the fulfillment of a dream. And it is for Ray Lewis, but he really has been robbed of the opportunity to enjoy that. Today at 1 o'clock Eastern Time in North Miami, Ray attended the funeral of one of his former roommates, his close friend Marlon Barnes, the linebacker at the University of Miami, who was just savagely butchered along with his girlfriend on the Miami campus. Ray wearing Marlon Barnes' number 56 Miami jersey to the funeral there. So on a day which should be a cause for celebration, a day when he wanted to have his family there and party, instead he is grieving for the savage murder of a very close friend. You have to feel for Ray Lewis. But at least now, as his former roommate would have wanted him, he can look forward towards his pro career. He knows where he's going to be playing. Mike Gottfried, he's a guy we watched play in college a lot, and Miami certainly did not have a great season this past year, but no matter how far they got behind, Ray Lewis never stopped trying, a true warrior on the football field.
Well, he's a 4-3 middle linebacker, and Baltimore obviously wants to build up the middle, and they've got some good people on defense now. He helps them. But what's happened to him the last year at Miami is not as good a defensive tackle play, so people got to him as a middle linebacker a little bit more. You look at a middle linebacker, you want somebody who can diagnose a play and then go make plays. Ray Lewis did that. He ran to the football, made tackles. As a linebacker, you need to be able to cover zone coverage. You need to be able to man up. Here he's in zone coverage. He breaks on the ball very nicely, gets the interception, and then a good return. He's got excellent speed. Now, also in the middle linebacker, you want somebody who can go down the line, make plays, and also pursue the football. Here he makes a move, pursues the football out on a pretty good back right there, and a good tackling ability by Ray Lewis. So Ray Lewis is a very good linebacker who knows how to diagnose plays.
Not prototype size, but I think a lot of us agree that's just sometimes overrated. This guy's a football player. He's a guy who made his teammates play better in the huddle.
Truly has a nose for the football. He's got football instincts.
So he is headed to Baltimore again, a day tempered with the grief from his former friend Marlon Barnes, who was murdered. But at least Ray Lewis knows where he's going to the NFL, and he can play if he needs any more inspiration for his lost friend. Now back to New York and Chris.
All right, Chris and Mike, well put. As the Green Bay Packers